Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's office hour. Happy Friday to everyone. So today we're talking about some common challenges we face using Git and GitHub. So I've been seeing a lot of people having issue with their merge. So some of them are sending me a pull request that has conflicts, and there's no way I can merge conflicts. So we'll talk about how we can resolve that so that we can have we only have like 5 or 6 people that have sent in their details. So I want everyone to be able to send in their details. So we'll talk about how we can solve a merge issue. So if you can hear me, please can you make a comment in the chat box? If we are together, let me know we are together before I proceed. Yeah, I'll be checking. So I'm trying to check your messages. So with that being said, I'll go to my. Okay, yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm seeing few people here. What's happening? Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So a lot of people have sent a message. I've sent me DM about their conflict, and it's not that easy that I have to jump from one person to other to explain the process. But I will try to explain it here. If there's anyone that missed this tutorial or this officer, they can always go back to it. Okay, thank you very much. For me, my class rep said she's not going to be attending to this class. Becca, good morning. Yeah, good morning, everyone. So now I'll be going to my, I hope you can see my screen. I'll be going to my GitHub. I'll be going to my browser. Yes, and then I have to stop this. So, okay. So now this is the folder. This is the repo we are using. So I'm refreshing it now to see. Okay, this now, okay. So please, the evening class will not be holding. So, because I believe most of the important things we have discussed about it. So it's just for you to keep working over it and keep trying. Now you can see now. Okay, this is the app. You can see now it's getting, at least it's getting presentable to some extent. This is the live. So this is the live. This is what we have live, and I think it's getting better. It's getting better like this. So I think it's getting better as we are seeing it. So you make sure you add your own. So we already have like 5 contributions. So which I want everyone to. Now this is the challenge you have. Suppose you fork this. Hope everyone can hear me. Suppose you fork this repo yesterday, or let me say on Monday. Now there are changes in this repo. There are changes in this. So if you are not up to date, then if you push, there will be a conflict. This is how it happens. For example, now I just made a push request. As you can see now, I added something or someone added by 2 hours ago. I hope you can all see. Somebody added it 2 hours ago. So all these things are changes that you need to have the current update before you can work on. And now there's even between your local branch that you have on your browser and the one that you have on your machine. Now, I'll give you an example now. I'll be going to a project now. Yes, I'll be going to a project now. Let me choose this project. Let's see. Now, if you look at this, let me go to another branch. If I go to, no, okay, this is not where I want to be. Let me go back to, So now your branch have to be in the same, have to be updated. It is when your upstream branch, it is if it is 100%, if you are not commit any commits behind, it's only then you can have the latest. That's when you can pull. If you are some commits behind and you are making it pull on your machine, on your system, it will not work. You have to first update your upstream before you can update your branch. So now, for example, now I want to go to, okay, now, for example, see this, okay, no, this is not a fork. I want a fork repo. Okay, now let me fork. This is exactly not what I want. So I want to fork a repo now. Then you are going to see. Now I will fork this repo now. Let's see. Okay, I already have it. So this is my own copy of the repo now. Now look at it. Look at what it's bringing. This branch is what? 132 commits behind coda bay main. Now, if suppose I fork this, I just come here now and I did git clone and I make some changes and I push it upstream, it is going to give error because this branch is what? Is 132 commits behind. That means it's not up to date. This branch is not up to date. So for you to be able to push and have a good match without having any conflict, you need to be up to date. So for it to be up to date, you have to come here, sync fork. That means you should make your fork to be the same level as your own. You can see now, this branch is out of date. Your update branch to keep this branch up to date by syncing 132 commits from this upstream repo. Yes. Now you can see now successfully fetched and fast forward from upstream coda bay. So now this one now is now the same thing. Now you can see now the last day this fork repo is being updated is on the 10th. So now if I now come here now and I fork this and I clone this and put inside my repo, put inside my system, if I make a push, it will go without having any legit issues. So the first thing you have to do that you have to make sure that your upstream repo, they are what is up to date. If it's not up to date, you are not going to git pull. But before you start working, git pull before you start working. After you make sure that your upstream repo is up to date, then you are going to git pull. Then after you git pull finish, then you can start working. When you finish working, before you also push, check your upstream if it is up to date. If it's not up to date, synchronize it and what and pull. After you now pull, it will now bring there some changes if you want to update the change or not. Okay, yeah, sorry for that. So it will now bring if you want to update the branch or if you want to update your repo or not. Okay, that's just what I will advise you to do. Let me know if you have any question as regards this. So you have to make sure, in essence, you have to make sure your branch is up to date. Hello, please, I checked the tax and software to submit it, but there's no referral. Please, I'm convinced. Password, please check through the other office. This thing has been explained. As I've said earlier, it's better for you to attend at least the first office hour. Not that the results will come out. Today is Friday. Maybe the tax deadline is tomorrow. They are just coming today. Make sure you attend the first office hour. Then maybe another office hour. You can't just come on Friday now and say it's not there. This question has been answered. And if you're not being able to attend, try and watch the previous videos. I think that will give you a clear answer. I'm not going to be answering the question. I'm so sorry about that. But please check. Yes, I participated. But my PR is not up to spot. I participated in one repo that like 3 commits, 3 PR. So only for the person to privatize the repo again. So make changes to the repo. Yeah, I lost my PRs. I only have one one PR that has been made successfully, and I don't really have that time again. So, but if you have project, I know that it's something that I can quickly work on. you can message me on Slack. Let's discuss about it. So that's that. That's all about that. Please, do you have question as regards the merging issue? Okay, as regards this username MD, please try and watch the previous video. Try and watch the first office. We talked about that username.md. If you get it confused, the point is for you to get a clearer instruction. Please watch the first video about this readme file. Username.md is not that username.md. You have to create a special repo. So please watch the first video, or you can simply ask questions from your colleague. So I'm only coming online to discuss something we have not discussed before, so that we have a way forward. Please, if you have any question in your merging, or sending a pull request, please let me know so we can solve it out together. And sometimes, okay, sometimes, for example, now if I go to another branch now, this is my branch here. If I go to this Remland branch, you can see that this Remland branch 2 is also 104 commits. We are not to merge any branch. Okay, after pushing, can you share more light on pull and merge? You are not the one, for example, now this repo that you are contributing to, you are not the one that is going to merge. I'll be the one to. I would rather ask me, please, if you have any question, just send your question here for now. Please, can you explain how to collaborate on GitHub again? What exactly do you want me to explain about Femi? Oladimeji, you are not to merge. If you merge, it will create conflict. If by one way or the other I'm checking your work and I see conflict, or I notice the conflict, I will mark it down about it. So rather, please send your message, your question here so that I can see. So please, Femi, please, can you be more descriptive of what you are asking? I've explained a lot about how you can fork, you can pull, and all that thing. So which aspect do you want us to talk about? So after pushing, can you share more light on pull? And pull is when you want to get the latest update. For example, now, if I run, this is the project. This is the project we are putting our details on. Now, this is what we have here. If you look at assets, we have our profile images. These are the people that have contributed. So, for example, now, if I run git pull now, let's see what I will have. If I run git pull, let's see what I will have. Git pull. Let's see if there's anything coming up. Yeah, you can see now I'm already up to date. And if I go to my branch here, if I go to what I have here, you can see these assignments here. You can see now. No, sorry, it's not this. It's Zuri Develop. That's the name of the Zuri Developer. That's the name of the developer now. Because I'm the owner of the repo. I don't need to fork. I don't need to fork it again. You can see now I'm up to date, so there's no changes. If I now accept, let me see if I can accept a pull request now. Add a preview link to the readme.md. Let me see. Someone make a pull request. I add a preview link to the. Okay, now for example, now if I'm now, if you can see now, it's telling me that what this branch has no conflict with the base branch, so there's no conflict. So all check have passed, and there's no merge merge conflict. So I can come here now and merge this pull request now. If I merge it now, since I've made this request now, there is an update on what I have, and there's an update on what I have here now. So now if I go to my browser here and my terminal here and say git pull again, it will pull something. You can see now it has pulled something, it has made a change. There is a what? One file change, 2 instructions. So if I come to my readme file now, I will see the changes here. Okay, now, so now I don't know where exactly. I think network is screening out. Okay, now I have to reshare my screen. Now this is what I have now. So when I have pulled now, so I've added the changes to my local branch. So that's just, let me know if you didn't get anything what I've been saying. So that's how you are going to be pulling. You have to make sure for you to be able to pull, for you to be able to have a successful PR, you have to make sure you pull. And before you pull in your local and on your system, you have to make sure that your upstream, the one on your GitHub, it is also up to date. So that's just the logic behind it. Please, if you're having issue with what is going to be in with 3 file, with 5 folder, please watch previous videos, or you can also ask this thing on Slack. This thing has been explained several times, and it's because definitely you are just this is just the first time you are attending the office hour. Though office hours are not totally compulsory, but nevertheless, if a question has been answered, we are not at we are at liberty of not answering the question again if it has been answered. So, so someone that's asking about how you are going to fork. This thing has been also discussed in previous class. You go to the folder you want to, like now this PR now. Okay, somebody make an addition. Let me see what he added. So this person make an addition to it. Let me see what he changed in the file. You can see what files, what has been changed. No, currently now I don't want anyone to I don't want anyone to add any CSS to. I don't want anyone to add CSS to the folder for now. Let's just continue adding our profile. Let's continue adding our profile. Once we finish adding our profile, then we can also work on it. I want to close this because no. So this one has been attended to. So now, if you are just starting and you want to contribute to a profile, if you want to contribute to a project or to a repo, the first thing you are going to do is you fork that repo. You are going to fork that repo. For example, now, if you go here now, you click on this fork now. Because I'm the owner of this repo, so I don't need to fork it again. So it will not work. For example, now, like I said earlier, for example, let me see. Okay, now, assuming this this person, I want to fork one of this repo now. So now, okay, now suppose let me see his repo. I want to fork his repo now. Okay, now I want to fork this repo. I want to fork his assignment repo. So this is how I will do it. I will come here now. I will come here, and you can see nobody has forked it before. I'm the only one that want to fork it. This one has, why is it starting from 4? Okay, there's 3 here. So now I'm having, there is nobody has forked it before. Fork is that you should finish a copy. Just like when you are using Google Docs and the person did not give you access, you can't edit the person's document. The only thing you are going to do is that you are going to make a copy. So once you make a copy, then you can edit it. Same thing here. You are going to make a copy, and the language you use here is what? Fork. If I click on this fork here now, you can see now it's telling me that I should fork it. So now I can, a fork is a copy of the repository. You can see forking a repository allows you to freely experiment with changes without affecting the original project. That means you're having a copy of that repo on your own account. Also, you can make any changes without affecting the main account. So now, if I come here now and create fork. So now our fork is there. How do you know that it is being forked? Is you see your username and the name of the repo. The difference is that you can see the name of this repo is assignments, but the name of my own is assignments -1. The reason being that I already have a repo name assignments. So that's why it's putting 1. Just like if you're adding, if you want to add the name on your system and the name already exists, it will already help you to add 01 or something like that, just to differentiate between them. So now, since I fork it now, I can come here now to code like this and copy. Now I can go back to my browser here now. This thing has been explained, and just because this is my last class, I will take my time to explain this. That will be okay. If you are not attending classes, we are all, I agree that we all have one thing to do. Many of us are students, many of us are working class, but learning is not just only, it's not just when you are chanced. You must try to find time for it. So if you are not available for any of the class, just go and watch the video. The video is just an hour long. You can always play it at a higher speed so that you can quickly finish watching it. That will save you from question. Another thing is that some of these questions require you to type on your type the question on your Google and to give you a better answer. You will not be a developer by asking every question, but you must be able to solve every question. Like if you don't know something, you should be able to like type it, know how to Google is also a skill. Googling is also a skill. You must be able to know how to Google that question and find the answer. So as I copy that, I'll come to my terminal here. You can use git bash. I can use your normal terminal. I'll be using my normal terminal that comes with my system. So now what I have here now, I'm here. So I'm already on desktop. You can see these are the folder I have on my desktop. So I can clear. So now what I want to do is I want to clone. So I'll say git clone. Clone is what you have on your online repo. You want to copy it to your own system. Fork is when you are making a copy. You are making a copy of the repo into your own repo on GitHub. Clone is when you want to move it from GitHub to Git. You want to let it to be inside your own folder, inside your own directory. So now I will do git clone. So if I run this now, it is going to clone it. You can see now, I've already this copy of this file is now inside on my desktop now. So if I do ls here now, assignment 1, you should be able to see it here. As you can see now, assignment 1, it was what? It was done 10:26, and if you look at your time, there is also 10:26. So now after this, I can also clear now. Now I want to see the assignment. I hope I'm right. Assignment 1. Okay. Let me ls again. The name is assignments 1. The name is assignment cd assignments 1. I'm now inside the assignments 1 folder. If I do ls, these are the folder we are having, where you can see these are all these things he has there. So I can open it with my VS Code by doing code Dot, that means you open the current directory. Now, this is the assignment I forked. This, you can see this is the assignment I forked now with for grid. If I open this now, I don't need to open it with my live server. For example, now, if I come here now, I want to add something to it and say, this is mentor Isiaka adding comments to your README file. Now, as soon as I make these changes now, I've made this change. I've added something to his README file, and I want to push it. I want him to have it. So what we are going to do is you have to stage the file. That stage is adding. Then you are going to commit it. Committing is like adding a snapshot, so that anytime you can come back to it. So I can come here and say git. Now I can say git commit. I'll add the commit message. Added. Now I've added everything. I've make a commit and other things. Like the next thing is for me to push to the upstream. If I say git push now, the simple way. Now I've pushed it to my online repo. If I go to here now, if I refresh this now, 3 seconds. I make changes 23 seconds. Since I've made these changes now, it's telling me that what this branch is not behind. I'm not behind because that's the current work. Now, if I go here and I can say control request, I want this person Riziko or what they call it to be able to add it to his own. So I'm now making a pull request, adding a mentor comment. This is, and now I'm going to tell you this is not necessary. It's not merge. Please do not merge. So now if I create pull request, it will have what I've. So now if I now go to, you can see now when I go to Resco is stuff. You can see now there's now a pull request here. You can see here. And now if you click on it now, I said this is not necessary. Please do not merge. So this branch has no conflict because that holds this repo. I cannot accept it. It's the only person. It's this person that can only accept the words. So far, is the only one that can accept the pull request and add it to his code. So I'm not expecting him to add it, but that's just how to go about it. I'll check if there's any other question. So please, I'm expecting every one of you to, with this now workspace. Why were you logged out before? The point is that you cannot add an empty folder. You cannot add an empty folder on Git, like Git will not GitHub file to it. So in week 5, add the README file, put in your details there. It's either you put in your profile details there, but you must have that special. You put in the link to your assignment. The link to your assignment, just put it there. Just put something inside your README file. So that's just it. Sammy Berry, I don't know. What's that thing you don't like today again? If you are unable to log into your Slack, what do you do that you will log out? So if you are able to log in, you can just go to slack.com. It will tell you the platform that you have an account on. So you can, if I go to slack.com here now, these are places I can add. You can see I can also see more. These are places that I have access to. These are places I can ask. I have. So be definitive about what you are, what challenge you are passing through. So Samberry, what's the issue? Okay, that's good. So make sure you make a PR, but make sure your upstream, that means your online GitHub repo is not behind, is not commit been added that you don't have. So before you can push, you must be able to, you must be able to have the latest. So I'm still expecting more questions. Please, if you have questions, let's trash it out so that we can call it a day now. Add your profile. How can we push an existing file, a file already pushed to GitHub before with a different repo name? You have to add that. You have to remote URL. For example, now let me just add now, for example, okay, let me first show you. Okay, let's try it together. For example, here now, you don't need to memorize all the commands. You can always go search any command that you need. For example, now see what I have in my assignment here. This is what I have in my assignments. Or let me read your question very well so that I will not be doing something else. We said WhatsApp link group. There is no WhatsApp link, and I don't think we don't have a WhatsApp link. You have the issue linking your what's the issue you are having? You have a party. How can we push an existing file, a file already pushed to a GitHub repo with a different link to a different repo? Yeah, you can just sorry, the person that asked the question, you can always add a remote you can always add a remote how do I call it, a remote repo to your GitHub, for example. This assignment is on GitHub now. If I come here, what's the name of this? I have git add remote. I have it on my. For example, now if you have to add it first, this is if you want to set it, you have to add it first. For you to add for example, now if I want to add another, I want to add another distance to another. I want to add another URL to it now. You can see now I'm adding another. We add enter. The mode already exists. It's already here. Which branch is here? So now if I come here now and I say come here, if I come here and I say you should set this remote origin to this. Now if I no, this is not what I want to do. That will override some things. So if I do git push, you said no, this will push. This is not what I want. So, but this is just exactly you can do. The question you ask, you have add the origin URL. That is git remote add origin URL. I hope you can see my screen. Git remote add origin URL. That's what you are going to do first. That will work. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to make any changes to my file, so I'm not going to be doing that, but that's how you are going to do it. Please, how can I use add drag and drop in my GitHub assignment? Try it. What do you want to drag and drop, which I've not tried before? As a developer, I don't think that's the best way, but you can always try it. But if you the React project, you won't be expected to start using that drag and drop. So our advice is to just use the normal command line. Femi, you said thank you. Okay. Directly to the master without using branches. How do I rectify it? What are you going to? You have to Google if you're having any issue. Sorry, I'm coming back to you, Manuel. Anas, if you have any issue by pushing, Google that Google it. Then you are going to have a response. Either you have a response on Stack Overflow and things like that. You'll be able to know what your error is. You can trash it out together here. So, Femi Manuel, changes. Just go to the branches. Example, just that changes. If you make any changes here, yes, now. Hello, you have here now. If you want to make any changes, the only thing is that sorry, my network threw me out. So my command prompt is telling me, so I think I've answered that. Okay, now, Femi, man, I want to attend to your question. I'm trying to avoid pushing somewhere else. Now, I can come here and say set this URL to this. I've made changes to this file now. I've made changes. If I do now, if I do git status here now, you can see you have deleted some file and I've made some changes. So don't let this one. I only have week 5 and half. This is only what I have here now. So I can git add, also add on git commit, add a commit message, make changes. So now this is what I have now. If I do git push, this will definitely work. Okay, so let's hope everyone can hear me. This one, my network is subject to a reverted because blah 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 blah. You can always do git pull first. If you have this kind of error, you can always git pull. So now I've done git pull now, everything is fine. If I run git status now, let's see. So if I do git push now, everything will work fine. So I've made changes, and if I go back to this place now, I will see the changes that I've made. So the change that I made, it might be, I can check, there are different branches, so you can check the branch. Or you can also come here. I can do this branch here. So I'm in week 5. It's in week 5. So I can come back here now and check my week 5. So now I'm trying to this. So now you will definitely see the changes and push again. You don't need to start using now. So this, you can see now I make changes 2 minutes ago and it has now reflected. I don't know why you are somehow harsh. You didn't even try to understand this predicament, what it could do, but you just go straight forward and tell him to leave the program and join the next course. Well, if you already know this, no one is a jack of all trades. I mean, no one knows everything all. So there will always be something you don't know. I don't think this is the best advice you can give someone. And I don't think if the case is being reversed, you would like to have similar advice. Yeah, you can make use of Git bash, but I don't think why you have. I don't know why you are having that issue, but the error you are having, you must be definite about it. You want to know what exactly the error is. You must know what exactly the error is, so that we'll be able to figure out what we can do about it. But if it says giving you error, I can't know the exact error it's giving you until you tell me. So that's I'm reviving to you, Anna. So you can let us know what the error you are having, and we'll trash it out. There's no WhatsApp link. It's not. We don't have a WhatsApp link. We only have a Slack. So any WhatsApp link is out of the program scope. So if you don't have any other question, we can start rounding up. So I can see that a lot of people have forked the repo, try and contribute to it. So when we move to JavaScript next week, we can add some little bit of functionality to it. Okay, I think that this is fair. Just if you are just Ochemosis, if you are saying that you just I don't know why you just joined, but is it that you just joined for week 5 or you are starting from week 1? If you are just joining for week 5, you see you're not too late. You're not too late. If you're a beginner, you watch those videos that have been sent on your LMS. Start with that. Then you start looking at the assignment if it's something that you can do. Then if it's not something you can do, you can't do. Try and watch either one or two of two mentors office hour. Then I believe you will be on the right track to do the assignment. You still have time. Even if you commit like let me say 5 hours today, or let me say 2 hours today and 2 hours tomorrow, you will get the assignments done. So that's that. I'm still expecting your question before we call it a day. So and you can also create issue if you see something that we need to do. The page is responsive a bit, but the page is a little bit responsive, but I want more. We are using grid for now, so you can always add more things to it. So you can always add issue. If you see something that you want to add to the website, you can come here now and add new issue. You can create different branches. Chemisola, you can create different branches. For example, now, if I come here, now, I have week 5 now. For me to go to, if I want to create another branches now, another branch, sorry, I can just come and say git check out our branch. What's our branch? Let's say week 6. I'm creating new branch week 6. Definitely now I'm now in week 6. How you are going to know is git branch. If you run git branch here, it will tell you are in week 6. You can say I'm in week 6. Now this week 5 is also coming. Yeah, that is how it's going to be, because the what we mean by check out the foreign Okay, sorry everyone about the network. I'm trying to, I'll have to share my screen again. Okay, my screen is being shared. So as I was explaining, now I created another branch here. Now I've created another branch, which is week 6, and I've deleted others the week 5 I'm having here. So I'm only having week 6.html. This is a new branch that I've created now. So I will just save like this. So I'm writing week 76. Let me just put week 6 here, and let me add a paragraph to it. I'm adding a paragraph like B, and let's say this is week 6. So this is week 6 now. So I've added this. So what I'll do is I have to stage and make commits before I push. So if I run git status now, so it's telling me that what I've deleted week 5, those folder. So that's how you are going to do it. If you're having week 3, week 4, and week 5, you have to move away, or you delete your week 4 when you're in week 3. And you are going to delete your week 3 and week 4 when you're in week 5. So I've deleted my week 5 now. I'm only having week 6.html. So now I can stage this by adding it. Either use week 6.html, week 6.html like this, or you can just use the dot skill like this to add everything here. So now you can see now I've added this. Then I can make a commit. I can add a commit message like this, added with week 6. Now that I've added week 6, yeah, I'm even outside to make my network better. So I don't know what's happening today. My Airtel is not working. So Now I have this now. I'm having week 6 in my work now. So if that is the case, I can run git status here to get. Now I have nothing is behind for comments, so I can push this now. So if I do git push, now the person that asked the question, if you look at it here, I do not have week 6 upstream repo. In my repo in here, I don't have week 6. In my assignment repo, I don't have week 6. So I have to start by creating it. So here now, here you can see I do not have week 6 here in the list of my repo. In the list of my branch, sorry, I don't have week 6. So I need to come here and create it. That's why it's telling me this, I should use this command, because it needs to what? Create that branch, that is week 6. So if I come here now and I run this, git push set upstream origin to week 6, then it's going to create that week 6 up as a branch. So now you can see from here now it's telling me that what? There is a new branch, that is week 6. So if I go to my browser here, if I go to my browser here, you can see now I now have week 6 here. I now have week 6. So you can see now there is week 6.html here. So you can add any branch as much as you like. So you can add it. So that should not be an issue. So I'm having these 4 branches here now. And you can delete the branch from here, or you can delete it from your command line. So either way, the two are okay. Please, I'm so sorry for my network. It's just so unfortunate. Ether is not working, and I have to make use with only MTN. So I think that answers your question, Gasali Kemisola. I think I answered your question as regards that. Please, I was able to push. I always get reply working tree clean, nothing to commit. If you are telling, please, I was unable, is it you are unable to push? That was because you like now. If I want to push now, currently now, I have not made any changes. This is not what we are working on. I've not made any changes. So, for example, now I've not made any changes here. If I push here, to tell me everything is up to date. Or if I had a commit, if I had tried to add a commit, to tell me that there's nothing here. If I try to add a new commit, it will tell me that there's added a new commit. You can tell me, it's telling me that what? There's nothing to commit because I've not made any changes. You have to make changes before you can be able to commit. So I hope that answers your question. So Sekina Aliu Yari, I hope that answers your question as regards that. So you have to make a change in your folder or in your file before you add and before you commit. If you don't make changes, definitely there's nothing for it to commit. So it's just the same thing. Okay, that's fine if that is clear. I was talking about the network issue. I wanted to know if it was my Glo or there. Sorry, it's my own. I believe it's my own network. Airtel is not working on my side, so I have to make use of MTN, which is frustrating. Sorry about that. I hope that is clear, Kemisola. It's almost time, so let's try and round up. If you have another question, and if there's any question you can't hear me or I wasn't able to clarify better, you can always message me on Slack. Besides, most of these things that we are discussing here, it has been discussed on the first week, on the first office hour. That's on Monday. I discussed extensively about how you can push and also discuss much about how you can do the assignment. So if you have not done the assignment, please try and watch my first office hour I did. And if you want to know how you can contribute to the you can make a PR, or you can merge, or you can add your profile to the developers repo. My day before, that was on my Wednesday office hour. I think I also explained extensively on it, and yesterday also I explained better on it. Please, can you go talking on editing your profile on GitHub? And there's nothing much about editing your profile on GitHub. There are two things. Don't forget that we have two tags as regards that. One, you are to have a README file. You are to have something like now, this is my profile. We are running out of time. Sorry if there is any way because of my network. I hope okay, now this is my this is my profile. This is a README. This is where I have my profile. You can see it's as simple as anything. You can just come here now and just edit it. Yeah, see now I'm a Mestack developer, Zuri team. If I come here now and add a Nigerian, so now now this is just it. If you have website, add it to it. If you have an organization name, you can also add it. And anything you have to, you can add it here. This is just what we are saying. These are just profile. We said you should what? You should update your profile. This one is about your README file. This one now, we already said you are going to create a special repo, and that special repo is one that has your name, your username as the repo name. If I come here now and I try to create a new repo, if I come here now and I create a new repo, my username here is Isiaka ABD. If I create this repo now, it will be a special repo. You can see now they are telling me this repo is a special repo, so that you can use to add a README file. One benefit of this is that you use it to add a README file. That's what we are talking about, that your username.readme. So once you add your README file here, it's to add it to your profile. But because I already have it, I already have this repo, so I can't create another one. So if I go back now, we are just a minute left. If I go back now and write, check it here, slash Isiaka ABD. Still, you can see this is my special repo. This is it here. The last time I updated it was 4 days ago. Now you can see this is my README. So I can just come here and edit, make necessary edits. You can edit it here and you can preview it here. And we gave you a website, readme.so. We gave you a website that can be easier for you to write. So you can see, come here now and do the necessary things. Then when you are through, you can check, you can preview, check. When you preview, you can come back here and just copy here. And you can also download it. You can download it. So you can download it. You can just download it. So these are ways you can use to do it. I think that should make justice to your question. Can you go on to talk about your profile? I think I've talked about that. Please, how do I make the change? Please try and watch this video again, or you can move back a little bit. I explained that. I was unable to push. I always get I think I've responded to that also. Okay, it's my own network. I think that's fine. With that being said, if you don't have any other question, I think I've explained most of the thing. Within the next 5 minutes, if you have any other question that you think I've not answered, or the network did not allow me to answer, please post it here and let me quickly attend to you. Or you can send me a message on Slack. So I'm waiting so that we can call it a day. I'm already out of my time. Yeah, sorry about my sound. I think I've answered that. Yeah, if you're having any issue on linking your GitHub to your VS Code or to your terminal, you can always go search your issue. And if you want to make if you want us to attend to you, please, you have to screenshot it. If you are telling me you are having error, so you have to be descriptive about the error you are having, what type of error you are having, so that we'll be able to know what you suggest. And you can always message me on Slack. I think I explained to a lot of people on Slack, but I will always prefer you sending message on Slack rather than WhatsApp, because most time Slack is the official means of communication. So I can always neglect WhatsApp if I wish. So thank you all for joining the class. I'm not seeing any other question. So I believe I'll be expecting I'm having a lot of, if I check the profile, I'm having like, what's that, Zuri developers. I'm having more than, I have like 20 people have forked the repo, but I only have 6 people that have successfully made their request. So I'm seeing, yeah. So okay, I'm seeing people. Okay, so I'll check every merge request and I'll uh every pull request and I'll work on it and I'll accept it. Just make sure you follow the necessary things. I think this one is okay, so I'll definitely make it. So let's round up. This our time is already gone. So thank you all for joining the class. So sorry about my network. If there's anything I didn't explain here, definitely I've explained it in my previous video. Try and check my first class. If you want to talk about the task that has been given, check my first class. That was on Monday. That me and Enebele Victoria did. I explained extensively about the task. If you want to talk about how you can contribute to the project, I explained it extensively yesterday and on Wednesday. So if there's anyone that is not clear here, so thank you all for joining and have a nice weekend. What is ah, ah, what's that? Oh, okay, I'm no longer the host or what? Andy, please can you stop the live streaming?